10 interesting facts about Mars. Mars is a constant point of discussion for space explorers around the world. We've sent dozens of spacecrafts there to study it. Some want to land astronauts on it. The planet is just far away to make that dream difficult, but just close enough to spark our imagination. So, what are some of the most important things to learn about the red planet? Before we start, make sure to hit the like button. And if you are new here, subscribe for our upcoming videos. 10. Mars is also known as the red planet. Mars is often called the red planet because it appears in the sky as an orange-red star. The color caused the ancient Greeks and Romans to name it after their god of war. Today, thanks to visiting spacecraft, we know that the planet's appearance is due to rust in the Martian rocks. 9. Mars atmosphere. Mars's atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide with traces of nitrogen and argon. Earth's atmosphere is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen and other gases. 8. Diet planet. Mars's gravity is 38% of Earth's. So, if your weight is 60 pounds here, your weight about 23 pounds there. 7. Mars has frozen water. Mars has a thin atmosphere that does not allow water to flow or remain in large quantities on the surface, but we know for sure that there is ice at the poles, and possibly frosty locations elsewhere on the planet. 6. Mars used to have a thicker atmosphere. For water to flow in the past, the red planet needs more atmosphere. So, something must have changed in the past few billion years. What? It is thought that the sun's energy striking the atmosphere must have stripped the lighter forms of hydrogen from the top, scattering the molecules into space. Over long periods of time, this would lessen the amount of atmosphere near Mars. 5. Mars has some extreme highs and lows in terrain. The surface gravity of Mars is only 37% of what you would find on Earth, which makes it possible for volcanoes to be taller without collapsing. This is why Mars has Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano known on a planet in the solar system. It's 16 miles, 25 kilometers, high and its diameter is approximately the same as the state of Arizona, according to NASA. But Mars also has a deep and wide canyon known as Valles Marineris, after the spacecraft, Mariner 9, that discovered it. In some parts, the canyon is 4 miles, 7 kilometers, deep. According to NASA, the valley is as wide as the United States and is about 20% of the red planet's diameter. 4. Mars has 2 moons, and one of them is doomed. The planet has 2 asteroid-like moons called Phobos and Deimos. Because they have compositions that are similar to asteroids found elsewhere in the solar system, according to NASA, most scientists believe the red planet's gravity snatched the moons long ago and forced them into orbit. But in the life of the solar system, Phobos has a pretty short lifetime. In about 30 million to 50 million years, Phobos is going to crash into Mars' surface or rip apart because the tidal force of the planet will prove too much to resist. This is the point where the tidal forces between the near and far sides of the moon are so different that it gets torn apart. Then Mars will have a bunch of teeny moons from the former Phobos. And then good news. Those adorable moonlets will get further pulverized until Mars has a ring. But then bad news, that ring will crash onto the planet in a cascade of destruction to be described as the least fun balloon drops of all time. So, you probably wouldn't want to live on Mars then either. 3. We have pieces of Mars on Earth. Remember the low gravity on Mars that we talked about? In the past, the planet has been hit by large asteroids, just like Earth. Most of the debris fell back on the planet, but some of it was ejected into space. That sparked an incredible journey where the debris moved around the solar system and in some cases, landed on Earth. The technical name for these meteorites is called SNC, Shergottites, Knocklites, Chassignites, types of geologic composition. Gases trapped in some of these meteorites has been practically identical to what NASA's Viking landers sampled on the red planet in the 1970s and 1980s. 2. Mars would kill an unprotected astronaut quickly. There are a lot of unpleasant scenarios for somebody who took of their helmet. First, Mars is usually pretty cold. Its average temperature is -50 degrees Fahrenheit, -45 degrees Celsius, at the mid-latitudes. Second, it has practically no atmosphere. The air pressure on Mars is only 1% of what we have, on average, on the Earth's surface. And third, even if it did have atmosphere, the composition is not compatible with the nitrogen-oxygen mix humans require. Specifically, Mars has about 95% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen, 1.6% argon and a few other elements in its atmosphere. 1. Mars is a popular spacecraft destination. There have been so many spacecrafts that attempted a Martian mission. NASA's Vikings were the first landers in 1976. In fact, NASA is the only agency that has managed to land on the planet so far. Some of its other missions include Pathfinder Sojourner, the first lander-rover combination, in 1997, the Mars Exploration Rover Spirit and Opportunity in 2004, and the Curiosity rover of 2012. And this doesn't even mention the fleet of orbiters that have mapped Mars over the years from the Soviet Union, NASA, the European Space Agency and India. And there are many more spacecraft to come in the next decade. People have long been fascinated by Mars, and the idea of sending people to the planet has been a source of science fiction and science exploration for decades. Part of the interest is because scientists believe that 3.5 billion years ago, the climate of Mars may have been warm and wet, and might have supported life. So, how's the list? Share your thoughts below in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.